So today I just wanted to record this video for, to give a message to my future self. I don't know when are you are watch when are you even watching this, but this is a message from your past self to your future, you know. So today was pretty bloody day, the market crashed and crashed and crashed, and you were on the wrong side. I mean, you did take a good trade here, and the losses should not have been as big as like this, but it happened because your psychology was quite disturbed, and I mean, you indeed kept your three SLs here, and the broker should have kicked you out, and there should not have been any bigger losses. But today was a pretty bloody day for you, and the, this was caused because of the psychological issues that you were having today. Um, Obviously, it's a message for myself in the future. So, you know, you recently got into, a breakup, and it's quite difficult for you right now. You have been crying all alone at night. Mm, you have been crying for I don't know how many days, but you have been indeed crying for nights. You cannot sleep. You want to text her, you want to talk with her, but so far you have understood, you have understood that, uh, you know, that you do not want to get back with her, but there was, some unfinished business that you needed to do. The breakup, it didn't hurt you much. I mean, it hurt you, but it did not hurt you to the point that it would have broke you. But something did happen few days ago, due to which you were completely broken. You were not expecting things like that the things would be all good again, but you were at least not expecting to be you know put on in a situation where it would be so difficult for you to silently move on. But certainly, yeah, you did messed up a lot this time. You knew what was happening, and you had no expectations. That I think um, you were not expecting at least to get back with her, but at least you were not expecting something that bad to happen. So that was a wrong assumption, wrong expectation from your end, and I'm not pointing a finger on her. And to be frank and honest, like I do not blame her. I believe that in in a relationship with her, um, I mean, I was the culprit, and if anybody has to point any fingers, then it has to be pointed toward me, because uh, there were issues in our relationship, and I mean, I met her family, I liked them all, but I I I'm a man who wants to provide for his family, so I I I did feel that pressure, that when I was not doing anything, I quit my job that time, and I was unable to, provide anything or bring anything on the table for her, so that was quite a pressuring, overwhelming feeling for me, which I tried to suppress it so many times, but I wanted to suppress it deep inside my heart. I totally had those thoughts that, I am currently unhappy and I am currently feeling insignificant in this relationship, and thus I think it would be best if I could, break up with her. But I was never brave enough. I have never been brave enough to break up with anyone. So far you have been in relationship with so many girls, but you never broke up with anyone. You never had those, guts to break up with anyone, but still you broke up, with many people. But I won't consider, I won't say that it was a quote unquote a breakup, because all you did was, not talk about those feeling. You had those, a feeling that you are not happy with this person, and you just block them. But this time, you did not have a heart to simply block them and give them any reasons to uh, break up. But but I mean, she took that decision because because your actions were the reflection of your heart, and you, deep inside you, you knew that it's not gonna work, and you're feeling insignificant. There was a time that when you could have talked with her, share your feeling, express your feeling. She indeed tell you that I did not have to provide her with anything other than love and care. But I'm a man with a pride, a ego, and lots of stupidity. So I valued my ego, my pride. I don't know. Then I was thinking about my dreams as well, my dreams and hopes, my dreams to be something bigger, something greater, something significant. So feeling those feeling, where you were insignificant in a relationship had only made it worse, and through my actions, I I pushed her so much that we are not no more together. So, yeah, I'm cutting that part, and and I do understand that if you're watching this video in future, be it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or even on your deathbed. Mm, if you're watching this video, and I do understand that you still miss her, and this video is, a message or a reminder for you that, that the things have already happened, and you will always remember her, you will always love her, you cannot forget about her. And even after 10, 20 years, or even after a lifetime time, you are unable to forget about her. Because truly, I mean, there was no reason to love her, but still you love her like anything. And it was a good thing for you, um, for the first time in your life you ever felt like that for anybody else. So that was something special for you as well. So it's all right if you still remember about her. It's completely fine that you remember about her. But the decision has been taken. uh, Actions has been taken, words has been spoken. So it's all right. Do love her always, but do not expect anything. It's all right to love her still, even if you're old. It's still all right. However, if in future you have found somebody whom you can again love, and love, I mean, love her for no reasons, obviously you do get attracted to people when meeting them at the first time, but love is something, it happens deep inside you, like, so, and it happens without any reasons, without any causes. uh, so if you have already found that person in future, if you're watching it after 10 years, and you have found that person, then that's all right, you know that's fine. And I would request you to just be brave this time. Be brave to share your feelings. Be brave to talk about any problems. Be brave enough to you know tell them. If you I know that you love her, and you cannot tell her that uh, you want to break up because you are unhappy with the relationship. But to be frank and honest, that would be the best thing to do, because in a way it opens up the possibility that other person would understand that this person is unhappy because of certain reasons. And if that person really understand you, then that person will try to talk about it. Certainly, open up the conversation with her, and do tell her that the thought of breaking up is crossing in my mind. I'm not threatening you, or I'm not complaining about our relationship, but this is something that we need to address. And if we really want to um, achieve something in the future, if we really want to build up something significant relationship, then I guess we need to talk about it. And do listen to her as well, like, ask her as well if she recently had those thoughts where she wants to break up with you. Then certainly do talk with her about it, and try to have a frank relationship from the very beginning itself. So uh, currently I do not smoke. So previously I used to smoke, so I try to hide it and smoke. But uh, I would tell you that, even if you have a certain bad habit, then try to disclose it as soon as possible. Like, I don't know, but yeah, do focus on your body as well. Do in future, even if you are in a relationship, be healthy. Do walk out every day. Do not skip it. I mean, you don't have to do it 265 days in a year, but certainly, work on it. Do not let go of yourself. Focus on your skincare, focus on your body, focus on your mental health. Uh, Certainly, yeah, when you get into a relationship, your happiness can be your happiness can be depending on your significant one. So that's all right, but do not make that person such a priority, that such a importance, that you have to you know depend upon depend upon that person for your own happiness. So I mean, it's not I'm not telling you as a you know for from the broken heart that I have right now, but um, to have a good relationship with the significant one, I mean, your happiness will be entangled with them, but do not be too much dependent upon them for your own happiness, for their own happiness as well. Because I'll tell you why. Because if your happiness is totally dependent upon the other person, then, and if that person makes you unhappy in any way, like even in smallest way, your actions, dictates your behavior. So your heart starts to dictate your actions. Thus you tends to push your better half. So far I have understood like that. And what else? And so far everything is going as you have planned. So since from that autumn day in your school when you were in class 6 standard, you read this poem called The Path Less Walked. So from that day itself, you decided, you would want to have the courage to walk on a path where people have less walked, and you would want to be something different. You wanted you were not clear about, like, you what you wanted to do, but you were certain that you want to take a difficult path. And you indeed took a difficult path because you have not joined army, or you have not joined um, any other government job. You have never tried about it. You have not ever prayed about it. uh, that would people have their own path to walk, and your path was already set, that you do not want to have ambitions like other does. You wanted to be a bigger person, thus you're working on it, and it's all right. Even after 10 years, 20 years, you still remember her, you still love her, I know, but and it still hurts, to be frank and honest. If in future I wouldn't come to know that she got married, then the part of me would be hurt again. I'm not a saint, I'm not a saint that could say that I'm happy that she is happy. I mean, I would be happy in a way, but still, I would still be sad as well that I was unable to be the reason for her happiness. Obviously the expectations were to make her happy, to make your partner happy, but certainly you wanted to be, you know, the reason for her happiness. Certainly, and started growing distant after you stopped sharing her, you know, many things. You started hiding many things from her, and one of those things were like, it crossed your mind many times that, the relationship might not work, and I believe that, you would should have talked with her and tell her, she had her own insecurities as well, that the relationship might not work, and even if it's work, then uh, you one of us or both of us would have to make a lot of sacrifices, and you assured her that I would always try to make you do less sacrifices. You do not would not have to make any significant sacrifices for me, but deep inside you, you know that in order to achieve something like that, in order to make her not sacrifice things, you would need to sacrifice many things, and thus you were unhappy to think about it. So, in deep inside your heart, you know that uh, in order to make her, you know, be not in order to not make her suffer, you would have to make significant amount of sacrifices. Thus, it happened. Thus, your heart betrayed you. Your heart started dictating your actions. You cried so many nights. The breakup didn't hurt you much, but your expectations did. Even when you were expecting nothing, even when you were expecting that, were not expecting her to come back, things did happen like that. Things took a turn, like in where your pride got the better. In a way, your pride got the best of you, and you made the situation worse. And one of my message to you in the future if you're watching, then it would be to, not speak. If you're if you feel like have been you have been disrespected, or if your ego or if your self-respect has been hit by someone, not the someone, I mean, if it has been hit by a lady, then it would be best to not speak. Always understand there is a time and a place to speak. And the few days ago, the incident that happened, there was no that was not a time where you should have spoken. But anyway, it got in got to my nerve, and I lost it. So do take a note on it as well. Try to work on it. Do not speak it. Do understand where the time and the place is. Do not speak recklessly. That is one of the major things. And so far, this current me is doing whatever the past me have decided on that day when we all read that poem called The Path Less Walked. So far so good. Suffering, but still, so far so good. Walking down the same path, never looking back. I'll make sure the current me will make sure that you keep on walking, you keep on trailing this path. And the future me, if you have found that person whom you can love again with no reasons to love, I mean, even when you ask yourself, do I actually love her? Why do I even love her? When you ask yourself and you're unable to, you know, voice out a reason to love her, then you have found the right one. So always walk on it, walk on yourself, stay fit, stay fine. If anything happens, be brave enough to talk about it, be frank, always have a frank relationship with your better half. Always tell her, how you're feeling, what you're feeling. If she really values it, then you both will sit on a table and talk about it, and certainly try to build up a relationship that can be something really significant. What else? So yeah, current me wants to give you a plan as well, plan of actions, the goals. So the goal is currently to be a profitable trader, to be successful at my trading, and to not if it's just been 1 year, 2 years, or even just 10 years, then it is not yet the time to move on with move on and get a girlfriend. It's all right, yeah, take your time. 10 years is nothing much, nothing important. you have already fell in love, and you have already got, got those special feelings, so you have already achieved one of those things. Those feelings have been addressed. So the current me only wants to give you a task that you would work on it, or work on yourself. You would work on bettering yourself, be fit always, be dashing, stay dashing always, wear good clothes, not expensive but good clothes, stay sharp, don't have a long hair, it doesn't look good on you. Get always get a haircut, sharper looks suits you. And so far current me is quite a bit fat still, so I'm working on it. And in future, once I get fit again, then please make sure to stay fit, the future me. And you always like Japan for their animations, so try to go Japan. Yeah, dream, have a bigger dream. Try to go Japan. Maybe your significant one, your soulmate is in Japan, and she desperately need a ticket to come to India. So go to Japan, find a maybe find a soulmate. Don't seek. If it's meant to be, if it meant to be, then it would be. Do not seek, do not force it. If it's truly what you feels like, there was no reason for you to love that person, but still you don't know why you fell in love with her, and you're willing to give up anything to be with her, then be with her. And certainly, do not make too much of sacrifices. It's all right. I mean, if you fell in love with this person again, then obviously it's gonna hurt you as well. But uh, be brave enough to, you know, break up. Be brave enough to talk about it. Be brave enough to work on it. Do not force it though, and certainly do not try to make it as big of a deal. What else? What else my future me? Tell me. Do you still miss her? Yes, you do, isn't it? Yes, you do, but it happened. It's already over. Maybe you could have done things differently. Maybe you could have. But you chose, to be frankly, but you chose not to do it, not to do things differently. It's all right. The time to talk, the time to work on it has already been over. I understand that, you want to fix it. You might have a thought that, why don't they build a time machine where you can correct the past? But still, there is no time machine. So, suck it. Suck it and I won't say move on. Take your time. It's alright. Take your time. No matter how long it takes. Take your time. Stay silent. If you wanna suffer, suffer. It's alright. It's completely alright. Alright, alright, alright. Do focus on your mental health as well. You have lost so much so soon. Anyway, that's all I had. And be a successful trader. Focus on your health. Focus on your mental health. Go to Japan. Maybe your soulmate is there. Okay. Chalo. See you later then. The future me. Stay strong, buddy. Stay strong.